we're back with another episode.
She's never gonna be able to live that down. You almost killed us on the road. You hit an 18-wheeler. Oh man, thank God they're alive.
I know. God, oh man, I don't even want to think about
That's how my aunt died. My dad's sister, younger sister, she fell asleep at the wheel of the car. She was coming back from Georgia, and she fell asleep at the wheel, and she hit a tractor trailer and died instantly.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm. That was the first time I ever seen my dad cry.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's also just like a unexpected traumatic thing to happen.
And you know what was crazy? When he was like passing, like that's how I knew he was getting ready to pass, because he saw her and he was like, I'm calling Shell to come get me. And I was like,
get out of here.
And I told my mama, I was like, he better die. Don't say that. Okay, you don't believe me. Okay. Damn. I'm telling you right now.
Did I ever tell you I listened to that podcast about that girl who had a heart attack on the plane? Mm-mm. She, young girl, she's probably my age, maybe she's around my age, maybe like a year older or younger, but she, was on a plane and not by herself, but she wasn't flying with anyone she knew. And she said she just felt so weird. She didn't feel right. And she turned to the guy next to her. She said, "Sir, I'm sorry. I think I need to get it. Something's wrong. I don't feel good." Mm-hmm. And she said, right when she said that, she like blacked out. And she could see everything going on around her, but she was out of her. But she was like, I was literally hovering over my body. Yeah. And she's like, and I just had like this download of information. She's like, you know, in a dream when you just know stuff while you're in the dream and what's going on, the context, but you don't know why you know it. Mm-hmm. She's like, I knew everything. I just knew things about the world that I never even knew. And she's like, she's like, I don't know if there were angels around me, if there were spirits. She's like, but there were things there with me and I wasn't scared and it was beautiful and I did not want to come back to my body. And they were like, you have to go back. And she was like, I didn't want to. And I came back and I woke up and they hadn't taken the plane off. They were trying to get me. They got her off, got TMS. Mm-hmm. She had a heart attack. And she was like, that's how I know. She's like, no one dies alone. She's like, I felt so peaceful and so good. She's like, I did not want to come back. And they were telling me I had to. I was like, that is so wild.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Death is a very interesting thing, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't, I don't know. Crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, y'all. Sorry, we just went off on a tangent. I'm going to tell you right now, welcome back to another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Both Fowler and I are on the struggle bus today, okay? This episode did almost did not happen. Something's been going on. Somebody has, I don't know, tried to poison us. Somebody tried to put roots on us.
Voodoo doll.
But I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And I send it back to the pits of hell from whence it came from, never to return again. Hallelujah. Anyway, yeah, we couldn't record yesterday because both of us felt like shit. Then today, now our skin is just like going crazy. I don't know what the hell is going on. But
I think someone is on some spooky shit.
Maybe it's another podcast.
Well, whatever I did, I'm not sorry because I probably meant it, but can you chill out?
Yeah, for real.
Please.
But yeah, how was your week this past week?
My week was not bad.
Okay.
This weekend was long. What happened? Oh, Texas. Friday, we hung out with some coworkers because contrary to what one of the hosts of this podcast says, she is friends with her coworkers and she sees them outside of work.
There's some people. They have to prove themselves.
Yeah. So we got to hang out with a bunch of our coworkers. It was FUN fun.
Very true.
And then Saturday, Texas played Michigan. Big game.
Did y'all win?
Hell fucking yeah, we did.
Oh, cool beans.
We fucking whooped them. My family had a watch party. So I started drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning, 10:30.
Your family has season tickets though, right?
They do, but the game was in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've had those tickets forever. It's like you have to keep Texas tickets because you just can never get them again.
Do you have a box?
No, they're on like the 10-yard line, like 5 rows up. They're really good seats, but you can only buy them. Like it's like on a not honor system, but grandfathered in. Like you get, the longer you have them, the better options of seats you get to have. Yeah. So even we've sucked for I don't even know how long, and my uncle's like, we have to keep the fucking tickets. We'll never get them again. But they are not seats. I think we're going next weekend actually. On Saturday, I'm gonna go to the game.
Oh, cool, man.
So I watched Texas play, and then I drove to Austin. It was Lauren's birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren!
Happy birthday, Lauren!
She was like, let's go on a ghost tour for my birthday.
A ghost tour?
In Austin, yeah.
That's the whitest thing you could ever do.
It was pretty fucking white. Here's my thing. Have you ever been on a ghost tour before?
The devil is a lie. No.
Okay. I went on one in New Orleans, which was so cool.
No. I definitely listen. Savannah, Georgia, and New Orleans. Them the two places I will not do a ghost tour in.
Spooky,
No,
bitch. It was spooky. This was not as spooky. My thing is, the people who do ghost tours, they fall into like two veins of people, and it's someone who is like one of the most interesting people you've ever met, truly believes in these spirits, and is like down bad for history. And the other person is like jaded theater kid.
Yeah.
Who is like trying to make a buck and really trying to sell it, and you're like, I'm just not buying it. So we had the theater gal, try as she might, it just, it wasn't doing it. She also, all of her ghost stories are about suicide.
That's not cool.
I was like, I'm here for like a murder, like a good murder, not like everyone's depressed.
We deal with death every day at our jobs. We don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I want something crazy. So anyway, we walked around, got drunk, went back to 6th Street. Hadn't been there in a while. The vibes are different, way different. Or I'm old. I don't know.
I think it's the latter.
You think I'm old?
Definitely.
Yeah. Austin's changing for sure. Had a great time. Had a lot of drinks. Thought I could drink. I drink all day. We started at 10 because the game was at 11. I drank until probably like midnight. Woke up with the 6 a.m. Charlie horse. The worst Charlie horse I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, because you didn't have any fucking water, you crazy person.
I did. Vodka water, tequila soda. There was water all day.
That's not water.
That is still water.
There's no nutrients in that.
There's no nutrients in water.
What I'm saying is you're depleting your electrolytes.
Okay, I understand. But first of all, there was a liquid IV in one of my drinks. Thank you.
Yeah, but it got overpowered by the alcohol.
But here's my thing. If I'm only drinking alcohol with water, shouldn't it at least like equal out a little bit? Not even a little bit?
That's like saying, I put Crystal Light in water bottles, so it's water. No, it's juice, bitch.
It is water,
it's
though.
Not.
It is water.
Once you put an additive in it, it's no longer just water. It's fucking juice.
I just don't subscribe to that.
Okay, any dietitians out there, please help me out. Nutritionists, help me out.
Okay, listen. So if I drink like sparkling water, like flavored sparkling water.
That's not water.
I don't believe that.
But also water is not nutritional. Like unless you have water that has minerals in it, because most water does not, which is why you need to put like some type of like lemon juice or lime juice or cucumbers or whatever.
I had lemons and limes and salts were had.
You had spirits.
I did have
the vodkas and whatnot.
I'm just saying. Listen. I'm not a hero. Okay, I was doing the best that I could. If I was gonna have the tequila, I was gonna do it with soda and a lime and salt.
I just don't understand why you, at this age, keep thinking that you can drink like you're 21, and then you're like, "Oh my god, I drank all day from sun up to sundown, and I can't figure out why I'm so hungover."
Because I do shit like introducing the waters into the liquors.
You can't. You have to. Did you eat any bread to sop it up?
I did have a piece of pizza.
Wow, one pizza for the whole day.
It's hard to be a skinny bitch, all right? You heard it here first.
This girl is a healthcare clinician. I want y'all to understand this. This is who's treating your family members.
It's like how all therapists have fucked up personal lives, like mental health therapists.
Oh, I was like, PTs what?
Those who can't do teach,
I agree.
Do as I say, not as I do. Anyway, When's the last time you had a Charlie horse? All that to say.
It depends on if I sit wrong on my couch.
It was,
but it hurts.
Awful.
It's like having hiccups as an adult.
Yes.
That shit hurts.
And I'm just trying. I literally. Oh my god! And it's still sore.
You need to drink some pickle juice.
Well, and I had a pickle shot. See, do you see why I'm so confused? I had a pickle shot that night, and I was like, I did all the things.
The alcohol is the problem.
No, I know, and I hear what you're saying, but I drink all the time. So I'm like, surely this body's got to be used to it. It was not acting accordingly, and it was pissing me off.
I hate to say this, but you sound like an alcoholic. I know you're not one, and we don't speak negativity on this podcast. However, that's what I can stop anytime I want. I drink all the time. That's not a good thing to say out loud. Like, I want you to listen back to this episode and hear yourself say that.
No thanks.
So why did you be used to it? Says an alcoholic.
I'm like, fuck, act right. God damn it. Why aren't you surprised? You just like you do this shit all the time.
Oh my God. It's just like a
Anyway.
menstrual cycle. You never get used to the cramps.
That's so true.
See what I'm saying?
That is so true.
Yeah.
Good point. But on a brighter note, the weather is beautiful in Texas finally.
It is.
It's like 80 with a breeze, which is great for us.
It was 60 degrees this morning when I woke
beautiful.
up. I was
Love
just
to hear
like,
it. Music
thank
to
you,
my
Jesus.
ears. Music to my freaking ears.
There are some trees that are now like orange and like yellow.
Ooh,
and I'm like,
change of the leaf.
listen, it's prime time pumpkin season. And
Hell
I'm
yeah. Candy corn
appreciative.
is out. I did see that on the shelves this weekend.
Somebody want that
Love
nasty ass
love a fake corn.
I just pumpkin spice everything. They have the pumpkin donuts out now. Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme.
It's time. You got to start
It's
now.
time, you know?
Yeah.
It's time.
What is that from?
Mariah Carey. Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
I don't want to.
It's not time for that though. That's too early.
No, that's way too early because Thanksgiving is my favorite
We
holiday.
got to
and I
give
hate when
Thanksgiving
people-
its time.
Well, we got to go Halloween. You
Yeah.
know? Are you doing anything crazy for Halloween or special for Halloween?
I don't think so. What day? When does that fall on?
I don't know.
Well, if anyone wants to invite me to somewhere, I will say
I've been
yes.
trying to get you to go to 13th floor forever, and
Oh,
you don't want to
fuck
go.
no.
But you went
Absolutely
on a
not.
ghost tour with real ghosts.
That's not the same thing.
Man.
13th floor, I'm guaranteed to get scared and piss my pants. Ghost tour is just like a vibey.
And you don't think a real ghost will come out and eat your ass? Oh, pause.
I hope it will.
Sorry.
That was the goal.
Like a real ghost will come out.
That's exactly the ghost tour I went on.
Oh my God.
fucking-
I cannot. So what
It
day
was
is
a
Halloween on?
tossed salad ghost
Tossed
tour.
salad ghost. I cannot. That's the name of this episode. Tossed salad ghost. This is gonna be like what?
It was an excellently spooky time.
What day is Halloween on?
Halloween is. Ooh. What the? It's on a Wednesday.
Oh.
Nope, it's on a Thursday.
That's lame.
Well, that's good because I can call in Friday.
Okay, no, we don't abuse sick leave over here,
No.
even though I've been accused of it. But you know,
Halloween's on a Thursday, a Thirsty Thurs. You gonna go trick or treating?
no. Usually, I just buy candy and let it sit out.
I cannot go to the 13th floor. That shit's actually scary. Is that where they can touch you?
Yeah, kind of. No, not really. They don't really touch you.
The way the way my nervous system is, it's just I can't. It takes me so long to cool down.
Says the person who wants to be kidnapped.
Yeah, but that's like.
It's not a controlled environment. Just so you know, I know you're getting ready to say that. It's not a controlled environment. It's not controlled at all. Like at all.
It just seems like a.
I sent Audrey this this video today I saw on TikTok where this girl or Instagram, whatever, she was at the grocery store. She was coming from Target or whatever, and so she was like, "Yeah, this is me easily being kidnapped." So it was a trunk that was open that said "free books." So she gets in the trunk and she's like, "Ooh, books!" And so she literally climbs all the way in the trunk, and then the person closes the trunk. She's like, "No!" But she doesn't put the book down. I was like, "That's Fowler over here getting kidnapped." Just like
It's
super
not
easy.
hard.
That's just shameful. Shameful.
I think that's all the things I did except for get sick yesterday. That sucked.
Yeah. Cool beans.
What'd you do yesterday? Or all day? Any day. Pick a day of the week. Tell me what you did.
The past week, same thing as you to a degree. I went to a housewarming. You know what's funny? I went to a housewarming without a gift, but I left with 2 gifts.
What?
Yeah.
Your house got warmed?
My house got warmed as a result because the owners of the new house, they were trying to get rid of certain things. So they just basically re-gifted.
One man's trash is another man's
That's
treasure.
what I'm saying. And I'm so excited to put up these particular items, just like 2 pictures or whatever, and make it look really nice and warm in my house or in my office specifically. But
It's so nice. You're like the Grinch.
what?
You just take things.
Okay, no, that's
No.
not a good comparison. Because
I love the Grinch.
Yeah.
He had a heart. He was good at the end.
Well, I guess. Look at all the turmoil he caused and went through. Anyway, but other than that, the week
Justice
was
for
very
the Grinch.
productive. Thankfully, I got a lot of stuff done that I needed to get done. I did get some rest.
That's good.
But yeah, I just I went to the grocery store. I hate the grocery store.
Why?
I hate it. It's just too many people.
You know why? You're not doing it right.
What do you mean?
You need to go at the right time.
I go as soon as they open.
What time? I don't even know what time they open.
Well, like Costco opens up at 10 on like a Sunday or
Oh,
9:30 on
Costco is
Saturday.
not a grocery store.
But no, but I even went to HEB and I try to go to HEB. Anytime I go to HEB, honestly, I try to go at like 7 in the morning.
yeah,
Trader Joe's, I go right when they open, right at 8.
the HEB by my house will let you buy a beer and walk around. Changes things.
And here we're back to alcohol. I think we need an intervention.
I
We need an
would.
intervention.
I would love for someone to care enough about me to do an intervention.
I care. We care.
Not enough.
Damn. I take my care back then, bitch.
Jessica hates grocery shopping too. Why do you hate it?
I just don't like shopping. But you know what I think it is? I think for those of us who grew up in like the 80s and 90s, like our parents, well, I'll speak for my mom. My mom is the type of person where she thinks stuff is hidden in between stuff. And I agree to a degree, depending on what store you're in, especially like Ross or TJ Maxx. And so we would spend hours in one store. And so she would be doing, like, you know, at my maturity level as a kid, like she would be trying to do calculations and doing her coupons, making sure she had all that stuff. And so it just took for freaking ever in grocery stores. So it's really just, you know, traumatic to have to shop, which is why I don't do it. And if I do it, I know exactly what I want, or I shop online. Listen, I'll return something in a minute. I am the queen of returns, and I do not feel bad about it.
Like you'll return stuff to the grocery store?
No, well, that too, because I bought the wrong milk yesterday, so I had to return it. But
you bought the wrong milk, so you returned it to the grocery store?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a fair return.
What do you mean?
Like, you can return stuff to the grocery store if it's bad or open, but like...
No, literally, let's say I went to the grocery store at 11. When I came back home to put my groceries up and I realized that I bought the vanilla versus the unsweet almond milk, I legit went right back to the store.
See, that just seems like something you should be stuck with.
No, I'm not going to be stuck with that.
That's human error.
You're absolutely right. And H-E-B, where shopping is a pleasure. I mean, it's not. It's Publix. But anyway.
Here, everything's better.
Exactly, which is why I returned my milk.
And they took it back, didn't they? No questions asked.
Why would they not? Now, I'm quite sure they probably had to trash it, but that's not my fault.
Did you see the TikTok of that cute black woman singing her sample song at the HEB?
Yeah, that pissed me off. That's why I don't. That's why I don't.
I loved it.
That woman is the exact reason why I don't go to grocery stores. Because I went to Costco. Was it Costco? I went to Costco and this lady was singing a jingle in Costco to try to get you to come and taste the samples. And I'm like, ma'am, we're here to shop. Like, shut the fuck up.
There was this TikTok going around of this woman who works at an HEB in San Antonio, and she's singing a song about her samples, about giving out samples. I was
just like, ma'am,
and I was like, that's what I need. That's the energy I need. And you know what's so crazy is that I posted it, and all these people messaged me saying such nice things about her. They're like, she's always so sweet. She gives little treats to the kids. She's so fun. She's so nice. We see her all the time.
Yeah, do it without the song.
You are the Grinch.
I'm not the Grinch. I just don't like to shop. I really don't.
Why don't you do curbside?
No, because, okay, here's the thing.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm very picky about my groceries because I'm one of those black people where I think every black person probably does this. I'm just going to generalize for our entire race of people. Black people, we do not select items in the grocery store at the very front. We have to scoot things over and grab one from the back, because when you do the go backs, when the person has done the go backs at the store, they probably put it right there on the front. Now, in my brain, the ones in the back haven't been touched yet, even though they probably have, but my brain won't let me think that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I can't do curbside. Plus, too, when you pick out your fruits and veggies, they're not going to make sure that your grapes aren't like busted up. So no. They're not going to get the good quality grapes and lift up the boxes and stuff. I'm not doing that.
I just don't know what you want, ma'am.
I just want to have a grocery store to myself. Like, if we could have
go
designated
at night
times.
With the burn victims and the nice, quiet people.
Burn victims go to grocery stores at night?
Have you ever been to a grocery store really late at night?
Yeah, I used to do that all the time in college.
Yeah, like people with really bad burns or like facial deformities, they go to HB really late at night.
Mm-hmm. I never noticed.
And they're a lovely crowd.
You know, I think it's because as a PT, we see deformities all the time to the point where we don't see them, if that makes sense. It's like, I mean, you can see somebody with a deformity, but it's like, okay.
You know what I've noticed myself doing, which is annoying to me? I'll see someone with like a developmental disability or cognitive disability, and I see them, I'm like, oh, like my face lights up just because I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. We see them all the time. And
it's like, our people.
And then I'm like, oh, was that super fucking rude that I was like, ah. So I need to be more stoic.
Yeah, but I think people look at me weird because I'm always staring at people's like legs and their feet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always assessing people's gait as a PT, and I hate it because I can't turn it off. I'm like, pronator. Trendownberg.
It's a tippy toe walk for me every time.
Yo, and I automatically
get
assume
on your fucking heels.
They're autistic. They're autistic.
Is no one seeing that?
You know, your child is walking on their tippy toes. You need to take them to the doctor right now. Stretch their Achilles. But anyway, other than that, my week was actually really good. Very busy at work, but nonetheless productive. So
it's good. It's good to be productive.
Well, I wasn't productive at work.
Oh, okay. Because just in your personal life.
Yeah,
because your personal life is what matters.
True, because I apparently, I abuse sick leave. So
What are
and I'm not productive, so Anywho, all right. Were you ready to go get on into it?
Let's go.
23 minutes in. We got to start here. It's unfortunate, but we got to start here. James Earl Jones. Oh Lord. Oh James. Oh Jesus, James. James Earl Jones has passed away. If y'all don't know who James Earl Jones is, you've been living under a freaking rock.
She's too young for you.
He is, seriously, he was the voice of all voices.
The voice of everything.
The most amazing. So you thought Barry White had a voice? James Earl Jones had a voice. Star from Star Trek to Coming to America to obviously the more famous Mufasa, right? And
Darth
on
Vader.
Broadway, he was, I think he was on, was it Raisin in the Sun or was it?
That sounds exactly like something he would do.
He was on Broadway for a very long time and did amazing. Oh my gosh. Just a wonderful man. And he's had that voice since he was like a young man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If like voiceovers was really a thing like back in the day when he was young, he would have made a shit ton of money.
He was in Fences.
Fences, yeah. He was more, yeah. He was in there.
The Great White Hope.
Did he ever win a Tony though? I'm quite sure he probably did.
Was honored with 2 Tony Awards and a special Tony for Lifetime Achievement.
Ooh, awesome. Yeah, he was on Broadway for a while. He should have got an Oscar.
He just always looks so happy.
Yeah, definitely.
He was also huge. How tall was he?
It had to be at least like 6'3", 6'4", something like
Let's
that.
see. This is my favorite part of the
6'2".
6'2".
Oh, I was right.
Damn, what a man.
I'm an amazing
I
pioneer.
gotta watch Lion King tonight.
Like opened so many doors for so many people. Yeah, he was the voice of what? Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Mm-hmm.
He was in The Sandlot. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He played in so many amazing movies.
Field of Dreams. Literally every foundational movie.
Yeah, seriously.
He was in.
So he died at the age of 93, and I feel like, to me, as an outsider looking in, I feel like he lived a full life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
he's a household name.
He really is. Like, there's no other person on this planet who sounds like that man.
Yeah.
I loved his voice.
And he became like the movie voice.
Yes, absolutely. Like before, like, what's the guy's name? Morgan Freeman has like a movie voice. The guy from Allstate has like that great movie
Black
voice.
Men.
Black men, man. I'm just
saying. They got it.
Just
the bass and the voice.
It's amazing. So, R.I.P. James Earl Jones. Amazing pioneer. Anyway, speaking of pioneers and people on Broadway and whatnot, actors, actresses, blah, blah, blah. Angela Bassett actually won her very first Emmy over the weekend. Yeah, give it up for Angela Bassett.
I am shocked that she has not won an Emmy before.
Listen, that's what I said too. I don't understand.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think it's the Ensure. Y'all, I'm drinking Ensure, y'all. This is not a plug, but this is actually really good. Y'all got to get Ensure clear. That's all I'm saying.
I just cannot fucking drink. I just see it so much in the hospital that it just grosses me out.
Well, see, I don't like milk shaky type things. I don't like milkshakes at all. I don't like milk flavored drinks. But this Ensure Clear is like a juice, kind of, sort of. I wish it had way more protein in it because there's only 8 grams of protein. But
8 grams of protein.
I know, it's very, very small. And 18 grams of sugar.
That's just a juice.
That's a lot. It's really just. Listen, I didn't say it was nutritious. I mean, it is. They say it's a nutrition drink. Anywho, all I'm saying is, don't get old. Anyway, back to Angela Bassett.
Oh my Lord.
Angela Bassett. I don't know what it is about this industry, this entertainment industry, and Angela Bassett. It is almost like they are gung ho on not giving her the respect and the accolades that she deserves.
It must have pissed someone off.
And you can't convince me that she has. I think she just pissed people off just because of her existing in her regalness.
Yeah, I don't think she did anything negative. I just think someone doesn't like her.
It pisses me off because I'm just like, how is she not an EGOT at this point? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't get it. Like, the fact that she's just now winning her first Emmy and then they gave her an honorary Oscar. I'm like, y'all snubbed her for that goddamn Oscar from What's Love Got to Do With It? And you will never convince me otherwise. I'm still pissed about that. Oh.
And we stand on that.
We stand on that. This is an Angela Bassett Stand
What's
podcast.
Love got to do?
Can't convince me she wasn't Tina Turner. Anyway.
Okay, let's talk about excellent casting.
Listen, sometimes you just get it. Like, between her and Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles.
Ooh,
top
that
tier.
Was a really good one.
You talking about female male powerhouse of like.
I did think Jamie Foxx was blind for a second.
You can't convince me that was not Ray Charles.
Hey,
Can't convince
Which makes me think even more that Ray Charles wasn't blind.
You don't think he was really blind?
No. Have you seen all the...
I don't think Stevie Wonder's really blind, allegedly.
What if they're like, okay, concession. What if they're just not fully blind, but people like it when you're fully blind? Like, what if they
You're
could...
legally blind.
Yeah, what if they could really see
Well, you know how
a good amount?
We'll have patients all the time, and they're just like, "Oh, patient's legally blind." And so I always ask the patient, because remember that one time I thought that lady was she needed a CT scan, but she was just blind. Anyway, so I always ask my patients, okay, so in your chart it says you're legally blind. Can you see shadows? Can you see blobs? What can you actually see, or is everything basically empty or
Why
black?
is everything chrome?
Exactly. So, and a lot of times the patients will say, I can see silhouettes, or I can tell that you have on this particular color, or I can see the shadow of where you are. So maybe they're like that.
I get thrown off a lot. Like, sometimes the blindness is never in the chart.
Yeah.
But they're looking a little funky, or they have sunglasses on, and then they'll be like, well, I can't see, I'm blind. And I'll be like, yeah, like, how much you got?
Not how much you got.
I swear to God, it comes out every time.
One of my uncles, shouts out to my Uncle Curtis, he's blind, and he's legally blind.
Legally blind? Or
yes.
blind.
He's legally
As
blind.
a bat.
No, he's legally blind. Like acid was in his face blind. Anyway, and so as a kid, like I've always like gone up to him, like you know how to interact. I've always known how to interact with blind people to a degree because of my uncle, and like because again their hands are pretty much their eyes, and so he would always like touch on the top of your head to see where you were, like, oh wow, Monica, you're getting bigger, blah blah blah. But even now, just to see him be able to navigate pretty much on his own, when he moves around, as he, even if he's in his house, he doesn't walk around with his blind stick or anything like that. But obviously in other people's houses and stuff like that, he does. But yeah. It's very interesting. Anyway, I don't know how we got on the subject of blind people, but anyway.
Well, how do we ever get anywhere?
I have no clue. We just took a right turn. But anyway, all that to say, Angela Bassett won her first Emmy, and she was snubbed all these years ago. And I am very pissed about that. Speaking of snub and snubbing, big controversial topic. So the CMAs, Country Music Awards, came out with their nominations and all that good kind of stuff. Lots of people nominated, lots of people not nominated. One artist in particular, Beyonce, she was not nominated for a single country music award.
Who the fuck thought Beyonce was going to get a CMA? Also, who cares about the CMAs?
Well, I mean, I think the CMAs care about the CMAs.
Okay.
But I personally...
Alt-right America does care about the CMAs. But
yes.
I'm just thinking, like, does Beyonce really give a shit about
I don't think she does. I think the CMAs, I think just the country music... industry has made their stance to a degree. Not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, I'm not generalizing. They made their stance when they found out she was coming out with a country album. She got a lot of, I think, not backlash, but negative comments from people who are already in that particular entertainment industry or in that genre of music, saying, well, it's not real country music and all this other kind of stuff, even though black people invented country music, but that's a whole other topic. Anyway,
don't get her started.
The thing that I think people forget too is that when you're an artist, there's these lanes that they put you in. So are these categories, whether you're R&B, whether you're pop, you're soul, neo soul, you're country, you're alternative, Christian rap, whatever. And yes, you can divvy in and out of your genre, but to a degree, I think just because you make one album and a whole bunch of people like it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be welcomed to that community. I'm gonna give you a prime example. When Kanye West made a gospel, quote unquote, gospel album, right? And he was nominated for all of these Stellar Awards, all of these Dove Awards, Grammy Awards for Best Gospel Artist. I think the gospel community or the gospel entertainment industry was really kind of torn between, because they were just like, you are Kanye West. Right. Like, you are a huge hip hop star, and your fans are automatically going to buy your music. And we know that awards are sometimes being won based off record sales. And if he comes in selling 1 million copies of this one gospel album, but the average selling of a gospel album could be 50,000 units, right, then everybody else in that category has no chance of winning. And this has been their category for forever, since they came out, and you want to just dip in and dip out. And I think for Beyonce, I really feel like, going back to your point, I don't think she cares about about the CMAs. I think she cared more about making historic music,
I
putting
agree.
those heavy hitters in there, people who, those unsung heroes who never got a chance to really get their country music careers off the ground, and her paying homage to them. Also, too, partnering even with people in the country music industry, specifically black artists, but also even too having the support of Dolly Parton, who's one of the biggest country music artists out there.
Right.
I think that was what she probably cared about more. And this is just me assuming.
I
about
doubt Beyonce thought she was gonna fucking sweep the CMAs.
I don't think she thought that though.
I think since formation, she's just been on some like, I'm making music I want to make, and I'm doing some fucking like siren songs while I'm doing it. Like, I want people involved, and I want people to realize the history and what's going on and where this music's coming from, and this like social aspect of it. Did Post Malone, do you know if Post Malone got nominated? Because if he got nominated, then that's fucked up.
Did he have a country music album?
He just put out a country music album.
But I don't think that just because you put out one project that's considered in a particular genre, it doesn't automatically qualify you to
get nominated.
But he's also white. I mean,
yeah, no, and he's also, he looks like CMA.
But also too, I think you have to realize too that the audience of country music does not look. Some of them do not look at Beyonce the way that pop culture looks at her, right?
Right.
Like, we know that we are listening to her. She's on our, our playlist all day, every day. But if country music, like the fans of country music are not actually buying her music, we don't know what the record sales look like. Look, we can assume that they're high because it's Beyonce, but we don't actually know.
Rock and country are two of the most like rigid genres. Like the old heads in both of them do not like change. No. This is this and that is that. Remember when Taylor Swift started making quote pop music, and all the CMA people were like, this is ridiculous. What
she started off being I thought she was always pop.
No, she was a little country guitar girl for her first album, because she was 16, and then she became huge, and they felt like she left them and she was not a country singer anymore. And what does she do? This is stupid. Music doesn't
so dumb.
Music doesn't work like that anymore.
No.
Everyone can make any kind of music.
Exactly.
It used to be you had to find a lane, and you were stuck there because your label paid for everything, and that's what the people wanted to hear, and it's not like that anymore.
But was Beyonce's album really considered a country music album? Because she
just seemed country adjacent.
Thank you.
Like country night at your favorite restaurant.
Yes, it didn't seem like Old Town Road, my dog done died and my truck broke down. It
sounded like Beyonce
made country music.
Yeah. Yes. It didn't sound like this. She just adopted this country personality. Right. She changed everything. It sounded like,
because everything was a bop on there. It was like it could flow, but it could flow in between R&B, hip hop, pop, and with a country twang on it. It didn't seem like it was an actual country album. So I mean, and I did listen to the whole entire album, and I thought it was a great album, but
it wasn't a country album. It was a Beyonce album. With some country.
Exactly. But I think at this stage in the game for Beyonce, she has achieved what no one else has achieved, which is the most Grammy wins, right, of any artist, of any genre. But also, too, at what point do we really believe that she is like somewhere in her house crying that she didn't get a CMA nomination? Like, at this point, I don't think she cares enough about these particular awards. She's having fun doing what she's doing. It's just like, for example, K. Michelle. K. Michelle is an R&B artist who came into the industry as an R&B artist and kind of put her stamp in the R&B game. Once she got to a certain level of success and got a certain fan base, or got her fan base kind of boosted up, she then came out and was like, listen, I made enough R&B albums for y'all motherfuckers. I'm ready to make my kind of music that I want to make. They
all do it.
She changed her name to now Puddin', and now she's doing a country.
I didn't know all that.
Yes, she's doing a country album, and she's talked about the fact that she loves country music for the longest time. So her being able to be in her bag and not care about awards or record sales, she just cares about being happy making the music that she wants to make. And I think that's where Beyonce is, honestly.
Also, sometimes it's just a good time to do something. Western is back. The style, it's like in fashion and style. K. Michelle, Beyonce, Lana Del Rey, Post Malone, all putting out country albums because people are wearing the boots again and people are wearing the hats again. It's a perfect fucking time, if you're gonna try it, to do it right now.
She's also from Texas, y'all.
It just makes sense.
I just don't think she cares. I really don't. And again, this is me assuming. I don't think she cares enough about these awards, because you can't tell me that a CMA is worth more than a Grammy to a degree. Or maybe it obviously is their Grammys, their level of Grammys, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't really think Beyonce really cares.
It's giving when a football player also gets drafted to play baseball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not looking for grand slams and shit.
No,
they're just happy to be playing baseball because it's fun and they like to do it, but they know they're a football player.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't necessarily know that she got snubbed. I would like to see the record sales against other people. Like I did see that Matthew knows her dad. I'm just wanting him to shut up. Anyway, he was like, I think race played a part into it. I'm like, Matthew, go take care of your kids.
Where's Darius Rucker? I want him to weigh in on it.
Well, listen, I ride for the Dixie Chicks, so
hey,
and the Dixie Chicks ride for Beyonce. So that's
big
all I'm saying.
Chicks girls over here. Yeah. I love the Dixie Chicks.
They are amazing, and the fact that they got blackballed was so stupid. I was just like, they're the fucking Dixie Chicks. Like, are you kidding me?
That shit's playing in my kitchen every Saturday morning.
I love the Dixie Chicks. They're amazing. But anyway, so yeah, I think that people need to just stop. Speaking of,
also, I'm sorry, country music doesn't even sound like country music anymore. Everything on the radio is like crossover hip hop or pop.
Yes.
Bitch, how many times have you heard that Shabuzi song?
Who's Shabuzi? Oh, is it that black guy? That black country guy? I don't even know what his song is.
Exactly. I'm just like, nothing.
Why is his name Shabuzi? I don't like that.
Shabuya. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I don't know. But Beyonce co-signed, so I'm a fan.
I'm not going to co-sign, or I'm not going to verify that just because Beyonce liked him. Who cares?
I just think that music is becoming genreless, and I kind of like it. How you can just have an artist who just wants to make music that they like and that they think sounds good, and if people enjoy it, you should be able to enjoy it and not have to,
Agree. I agree. I mean, most people always say too, I don't do it for the awards, but then they get mad when they don't win awards. And I'm like, no, you do it for the awards. Because again, we go back to the point that who was talking, was it Killer Mike? I think Killer Mike was talking about that the awards do matter because it's just like, or Viola Davis was even saying too, that the awards do matter because when you get nominated for a particular award, your price goes up.
That's true.
So there is
put on the resume.
Absolutely, but I think for Beyonce, her never winning a CMA is never going to make her career less than what it is right now. Like this girl is an international superstar powerhouse. She don't need no damn CMA. She really don't. I'll tell you what some people are saying we don't need is a performance at the Super Bowl by Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar has been announced as the 2025 Super Bowl. I don't know what number it is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. That he's going to be performing at the Super Bowl in February 2025 next year. And it's kind of, people are split between it and just like, well, y'all should have had a New Orleans or a Louisiana artist instead of Kendrick Lamar and da-da-da-da-da, and he better bring Lil Wayne out. And I'm just like, yo, okay, the Super Bowl is about making money. It's marketing. They don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings. That's all I'm saying.
Truly. And you know what? Especially after the Rihanna performance, when no one watched the fucking Super Bowl and everyone tuned in just to watch that and they made all their fucking money back.
Pretty much.
I'm sure they were like, what is going to get us the clicks?
I mean, Kendrick is the hottest right now.
All people were talking about for the last 6 months is Kendrick Lamar.
What if he goes up there and performs They Not Like Us like 12
okay,
times?
so and here's my question. Do we think he'll play Not Like Us?
He'd be a fool not to.
But also, I feel like it could tear us apart.
What do you mean? How?
I just feel like you're gonna go on the stage at the Super Bowl and sing a song about this man who's allegedly a pedophile.
Hell yeah, that's how you do it.
I don't know if that flies,
because it's not just the black community or the hip hop community that's looking at that. It's now he's about to have the whole entire United States hating you.
Yeah, no, I'm truly interested. I think he should. I would love to see it.
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering if. Well, I also don't think he's someone who would do it if they put him on, like, what do they call it? If they put
restrictions.
Yeah.
I don't think Kendrick Lamar would not let them censor him.
I'm excited. I'm really excited, especially after watching the pop-up show and everybody he brought out.
Yeah. I think it'd be good for the culture. I think, people, and I totally do get it. I understand that, the Super Bowl is in Louisiana, and having, a Louisianian or New Orleans artist and all that kind of stuff. I totally understand that. But I feel like, again, people need someone who's going to bring views. And Kendrick Lamar, like, I feel like for every person who has ever performed at the Super Bowl, these are crossover artists in multiple different genres of music. I mean, and even though it has been a little bit more black lately, right? Yeah. Because of the diversity, the DEIs, but I feel like most of these artists who have come on there are all like universal artists. Like, you know, you got Snoop Dogg and you got Beyonce, you got Bruno Mars, you got, you know, Katy Perry, you got Rihanna, and then Kendrick Lamar. You have all these different people who have Dr. Dre and all of them. Like, he brought all these people on the stage. Missy Elliott. Like, you have these people who are crossover artists in multiple genres that everybody knows. And again, it's marketing. That's why they have the halftime show. I mean, the halftime show began in the very beginning when it started getting popular with In Living Color. And In Living Color was the breakout session where you were able to watch In Living Color and then come back to the actual show. And then they started having people actually perform and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a marketing strategy because everybody's going to be paying attention.
I would think that Kendrick Lamar has had more commercial success than Lil Wayne.
I think now, yes, absolutely.
Now, especially after Black Panther and everything.
Yeah.
I think he has. But Lil Wayne's like, I mean, cemented in the culture. Are you kidding? It's Lil Wayne.
Absolutely. I think Lil Wayne is a crossover artist. I really do. I think everybody knows him, but
also people just love him. White people love him.
Lil Wayne?
Black people love him.
True.
Yes.
But also too, Lil Wayne, I don't know that Lil Wayne has new music out right now.
No.
Versus Kendrick Lamar just put out a 30 song diss tape. Drake.
No,
like,
if it was
on.
Lil Wayne, it would have to be like a Young Money situation.
Yeah,
And
like Cash Money, bring out Juvenile, everybody. But
If
it
he brought
had
out
to be black
Nicki
as fuck.
Minaj and Drake,
Oh no,
what a time.
No.
I'd watch it. Eyes glued.
I would.
I think Kendrick will be good. Also, Kendrick is so good at visuals and production and storytelling. That's what I'm excited about. I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about that as well too. I tell you what we're not excited about, speaking of sports and whatnot. What were you telling me about? What's his name?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
What the fuck was that?
What happened? Tell us what happened.
So, you know me, the very avid NFL watcher here.
What team does he play for?
He plays for the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, you know your history.
I know, the color blue. That was it. I saw it.
The color blue.
Yeah, that teal color. That's the Dolphins.
I was gonna say that's not. Yeah, it's definitely teal. It's green.
Did you watch the NFL growing up?
Yes, of course.
We just never gave a shit about the NFL. So now
Me and my dad
care.
used to watch it all the time. That was our bonding.
What was your team?
I never really. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I used to love Warren Sapp. Before he got into all that trouble, allegedly. Anyway,
that we're not here to talk about that. So,
No.
Miami played this weekend. Right before the game, Tyreek Hill, who plays for the Miami Dolphins, was arrested, pulled out of his car, put in handcuffs,
knee in his back,
for quote not complying immediately with the officers. I guess he was speeding. Allegedly, and he wasn't doing what they wanted quick enough. They released the body cam footage, and these men are so rude. First of all, they look like motorcycle cops, which, like, not trying to be rude, but like
tattooed up and everything.
No, in those like geeky brown uniforms with the helmet, the hard helmet. So like, stop trying to flex on me in your fucking hard helmet. Anyway.
Okay.
He's like, you can hear him in the video. They're like trying to push him down on the ground and get him on the floor in the handcuffs. And he's like, can you hold on? I had a knee surgery. Like, can you just hold on? Also, I'm just thinking, like, in the video, he didn't sound like he was being an asshole. He wasn't like, do you know who I am? Or calling them out or anything. There's two other players that saw what was going on because, again, this was right outside the stadium. So they stopped, pulled over to help him. They put one of those guys in handcuffs who was just standing there trying to figure out what was going on. And I'm just thinking, you see this young, very athletic looking black man in a $300,000 car outside of a football stadium on a day when the football team is playing. I'm just like, at what point were you like,
put two and two together?
Yes,
he might be on the team.
He may be on the fucking team. That's what it is for me. That is insane.
Well, it's the audacity
it's
that
the
he
power
would,
trip.
Yeah, it's the audacity that he has access to this type of money and why, and I'm driving a Crown Vic.
Yeah, he also probably talked to you like you weren't shit because he's on the way to play on the national television. He probably thought you weren't shit. And he was like, this is crazy.
Well, they got the arresting officer ended up getting put on administrative leave, and I was like, yeah, I think you have to understand how much pull a professional athlete and a professional organization that brings millions of dollars to a particular city has in that city. And if he's a franchise player and you fuck up his knee, bitch, that's gonna be your fucking career. So tread lightly on that.
And that boy scored, and you know what he did for his touchdown celebration?
What?
He fucking had someone go and pretend to handcuff him.
I cannot. Listen, I love the pettiness.
I love it too. That's just insane. And to have a group of,
And nobody's above the law. So if you broke the law, you broke
Correct.
the law. But a knee in your back for all that shit, come on.
Right.
Now.
No one's above the law. And for speeding, it couldn't have been, like, what could it have been for you to be able to
Everybody
pull him
speeds
over?
in Miami.
Everybody speeds. And no, I am not here to tell anyone how to act with the police.
Yeah,
but this whole thing is always like, well, they were acting crazy. You can see in the cam, he was not acting any kind of way. He was acting upset and frustrated. And then the guys on the side were not acting any kind of way. They were also acting very frustrated. And this is still what happens. And Tyreek Hill is just like, I'm just lucky I'm me and not somebody else. Because I think, who knows what the fuck would have happened.
Exactly. It's the abuse of power for me.
But anyway, and he still had to go play the game. Can you imagine playing a football game after that?
That's crazy. And the fact that he just had knee surgery too, or like, well, obviously he didn't have it that long ago, so he's able to actually play, but still.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like, listen, bitch, I'm a franchise player. Don't fuck up my knee. Okay?
Also, you live in Miami.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, that goes back to not knowing who you're policing and not knowing the community in which you police, because you just want a billy stick and a gun.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like that nice white cop down in Louisiana who goes and plays with all the little black kids.
First of all, he's in Arkansas.
Oh, same thing.
Officer Norman.
Get to know your communities, people.
Get to know your community. Come on now.
And that's
Officer
how
Norman.
it should be. Isn't it like you want to be a part of the community and helping the community? That's why you become a fixture in the community?
No.
That's how it should be.
Police officers started off as slave catchers. That's what they were.
I'm just saying what I would like to see.
Oh, yeah, true. We would like to see a lot of things. World peace. Never going to happen. Never going to happen.
I don't know if we need all of that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of other injured players, our girl, y'all know this is an Angel Reese Stan
we
podcast.
Are Reese's
okay?
Pieces.
We are part of the Reese's Pieces over here. Okay. We just don't have a bag right here because we're not being sponsored. Well, we're not being sponsored, so until we get paid. But I do love Reese's Pieces. Anyway, Angel Reese is currently out for the season, unfortunately. They have 8 games left to play in the regular season for the WNBA, and everybody's trying to get their playoff spots. And unfortunately, the last game that they played against not the Dallas Wings. Who was it? Who did they play against? I can't remember the team they played against. But anyway, she ended up going up for a shot, and when she came down, she kind of like landed on her hand. And so she came to social media to basically say that, she's out for the rest of the season. And we didn't know what the injury was. And then the Chicago Sky released that it's actually a wrist injury. And then she came on. People were in the comments just saying all kind of reckless shit. Oh, she pregnant. That's why she's out for the rest of the season. I'm like, do you know how many women play basketball pregnant and just don't tell nobody? Like, Serena Williams was pregnant and won a Grand Slam. Like, come on now. Like, let's be fucking for real. Anyway, and so she came on her live, and she basically, well, not live, but she basically released a statement and said that the doctors basically told her that it was a hairline fracture and that she had multiple options. She could not get anything done, and the fracture could get worse. Number 2, she could not do anything and get arthritis at 22. So she was like, hell no. Or they can go in and put like a small little pin just to kind of fix the fracture. Mm-hmm. And people were like, why would you go and have surgery for a hairline fracture? And I'm like, I'm sorry that you're a fat ass couch potato and you don't understand how athletics works, goddammit. But as a PT, if your whole entire career is athletics, I don't care how simple something is, they're going to do surgery to fix that shit. Because again, you play at a much high level, a much higher level than the average person. And any little thing that you do, especially her being a crazy rebounder. I mean, this girl is getting double-digit rebounds every single damn game. And, one false move can break your whole fucking hand and it could end your career.
That's money.
That's money. She's a franchise player. Like, girl, go and get that surgery. So apparently she's supposed to be having surgery tomorrow or Tuesday. So prayers up for her surgery. And hopefully she recovers very fast. And
easy peasy. She's young.
Yeah, she's only 22.
She'll be fine.
Absolutely. And they got stated. Listen, first of all, the WNBA is not going to waste money on frivolous surgeries.
Yeah.
And waste all that fucking money. So trust me, they got world top surgeons and whatnot. Exactly. So we're praying for Angel Reese that she comes out of that perfectly fine and healthy, and we can't wait to see what she does next year. Speaking of some healthcare stuff, what were you talking about? A GI doctor that was in trouble?
A doctor from your favorite state, Florida.
Don't talk about my people. It's a sensitive subject.
Prasad was the last name.
Prasad?
Prasad. Mm-hmm.
That sounds very fancy.
It's Indian.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Middle East. No, Indian. Or no, maybe.
It's okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, doesn't matter. All I can tell you is he was just accused of not wearing his hearing aids during his GI procedures, colonoscopies, a lot of them. And because he was not wearing his hearing aids, he was unable to hear that his patients were not fully sedated and were awake, screaming. But I'm also like, how do you not know that your patient's awake? I guess do people usually move during colonoscopy if they're sedated?
But they're not fully sedated. They're in the twilight.
Like twilight?
Yeah. But who is your anesthesia? First of all, that doesn't make any sense to me because you're not doing a colonoscopy by yourself. You have people that are in the room with you, including the anesthesiologist. So who was around you that didn't tell you, hey, bitch, I would have just slapped him. Hey.
I guess he started and then they started, like they were awake and he didn't immediately stop. He kept trying to go and that's the issue. And he also delegated parts of it to a surgical tech who doesn't have a license, like a doctor license to do those things.
Is he really licensed?
They said since the 90s.
And how old is he?
He is old, obviously. He has hearing aids.
There's young people who wear hearing aids.
Prove it. Tell me. Name 5.
There's kids that wear hearing aids.
It's different.
It's not.
I have no idea how old he is. But he's had a license in Florida since 1990.
Oh, he's old.
Yeah, and he began practicing medicine in the 80s. So
he's fucking old. He probably is too old to be doing colonoscopies anymore.
Can you imagine getting a colonoscopy and being fucking awake?
Bitch, first of all, then the fact that you break through twilight, you must have
ramming that shit up your ass.
That's God
damn.
That's horrible.
These poor people. I would sue too.
He was definitely a toss salad ghost. That's all I'm saying. God
I cannot imagine. Also, how long did it take the people in the room to be like, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Stop.
To like take the scope out of his goddamn hand. Like y'all, healthcare is horrible. As healthcare workers, Jesus, the stuff y'all listen, y'all better put on the whole oh my God before y'all go into any surgical facility, any hospital.
I tell everyone, if you do not have to be in a hospital, do not be in a hospital.
Don't do it. Just don't listen. Stay at home with your herbalist as long as you can. No, I'm kidding. Allegedly. No. Go to your PCP if you have any issues or go call 911 for emergencies. Always.
Yes.
Always have a care team and make the healthcare decisions, be informed. Anyway, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
I had this patient today, this really he was a fun black man. Love to see it, middle-aged. And he did the thing that they love to do where he's like, I have never had to go to the hospital. I have never been sick. I come in here. They're shooting me up with all this shit. Da-da-da-da-da. Right, he can't breathe. That's why he's here. He's on oxygen. And so I kept asking him, I said, okay, well, this oxygen, they're trying to get you off it. Well, I don't know why they're trying to get me off it. I have one at home. I wear it at home. I said, you wear oxygen at home? Yeah.
You just
told me you were never sick in your entire life, but you had to wear oxygen at home. These men are crazy.
But the crazy part about it is too, when people say stuff like that, like I've been healthy as an ox. No, you haven't. Which is why when you come into the hospital,
slowly dying.
We find all of this stuff wrong with your ass because you literally haven't gone to the doctor in 70 years. I just came in here
for one thing, and then y'all find all these things.
They amputated my toe. I got to get a kidney transplant. Yes, because your organs have been failing for the last 35 years.
If you had checked in with a damn doctor once in a while.
Go to your PCP, please. This is a call to go to your PCP. What were you telling me about? Well, speaking of PCP, healthcare, all that kind of stuff.
You down with PCP?
Yeah, you know me. I'll tell you who's not down with some PCP stuff. Anywho,
what drug is PCP?
Isn't it like a what drug? I thought PCP was just a PCP.
What's the street name? Or what's the...
Oh, you can't ask me that. I don't know.
Phencyclidine.
No, that ain't nobody saying that. Let me get some of that phencyclidine, man.
Oh, angel dust, rocket fuel, superguy. That's PCP.
Angel dust. People still take angel dust?
Well, I don't know, but I should know that's
I heard about
PCP.
that in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
What is acid or speed? Is that PCP?
Speed
or is that LSD?
Speed is meth.
Speed is meth? Really?
Yeah.
But you're slow when you take it.
No, it speeds you up. It's an amphetamine.
But they always look like zombies.
Well, because they've probably been up for days.
Oh, true.
And then what was the other thing you said?
LSD.
LSD is acid.
Acid,
isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't do drugs.
Yeah, I don't do drugs. We didn't take that.
I don't do drugs like that. It freaks me out that shit can stay in your body forever. Mm-hmm. LSD is acid.
Acid. Okay.
I should take a quiz.
Well, we just educated everybody, so it's fine. Well, this is not speaking about drugs, but...
this has nothing to do with that, actually.
But this does have to do with controversy with regard to chemicals and whatnot. So anyway, y'all know we came back to y'all a couple months ago about the whole Mael controversy. Mael is a company, a hair care company that was originally black owned and founded by a young lady who knows her name is probably Mael. Anyway, allegedly.
Wouldn't that be too easy?
You know, and so she came out with this hair care line for black women, and it was catered to black women.
Her name's Monique, but that's close.
Mael, Monique, same thing. Eminem. You know, the lady at my job calls me Dominique, so it doesn't matter.
Perfect.
Or Lisa, rather. Anyway, and so she ended up... one of her products went viral, which is the rosemary mint oil. And so white girls started using it. White TikTok got a hold of it, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna sell it. So she ended up partnering, they call it a partnership with, was it Procter and Gamble?
Procter and Gamble.
And which basically she sold it allegedly. Anyway,
Chill out.
So but what ended up happening was people have been on social media talking about how Mael products have been making their hair fall out, and they are just putting two and two together. I personally have used this rosemary mint line, and y'all know I combed out my locks last year, February, and my hair literally was down to my tailbone. Okay, y'all can see my hair now. It is not down to my tailbone. My hair has fallen out in clumps over the last year. But also too, I was being discriminated against. Anywho, it's stressed at my job.
Ow!
Bitch.
Cut it. Cut the camera. Cut it. I'm crying.
Oh my God. Are you okay?
You said you were being discriminated.
And that mic bust you right in your face. Yo. Oh. Jesus. Oh my God. Yo, you gotta go watch the video. Jesus. Fowler just beat the shit out of herself by hitting her face on this microphone. Oh my God, that was so funny. Anyway, back to the Mael. Anyway, so people have been talking about how their hair has been coming out in clumps, and so Miss Monique, she ended up going on line, and she basically gave this little speech or whatever, saying that the integrity of the company has always been to cater to its audience, and thank you guys so much for all this other kind of bullshit and support and blah blah blah. Anyway, she basically said that the ingredients have not changed. Now, I don't know if the ingredients have changed or not. I don't know where you're getting your actual ingredients from, if you're getting them from a cheaper place or they're not the same quality, if they're the generic version. I don't know. But all I know is that particular daily moisturizer, my hair used to come out in clumps when I used that stuff. Heck? And so I stopped using Mael probably about like 6 months ago. And even my hair braider noticed that my hair was significantly shorter. And she was like, braids by Ray. She was like, what the hell is going on with your hair? Like, she was like, when I was braiding your hair last year, literally the braiding hair was the same length as your real hair. Like down, you know, I get braids down my butt. And now my hair is like back at, it's probably above bra strap length before I even locked my hair.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to trim my hair. I don't use the shampoo anymore. I don't use the conditioner anymore. So now I'm on a repair journey of my hair, which is why half the time y'all see me in hats and stuff, just because my hair is just really has been going through some stuff. But yeah.
Why? I feel like there's so many hair products that make people's hair fall out. Like they get really big. Yeah. And then it comes out that they're like, what was that shit that everyone was buying? It was like an MLM, but everyone was like,
yeah, it's one of those little thingies. It's one ingredient in there, a DHT or something. It's some kind of ingredient that they put in
everyone's hair fall out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the brand name, but yeah, people have been talking about how their hair has been significantly drier, falling out. Because like I said, I'm on a hair repair journey right now, just because I've noticed that using those particular products, and I was like, what the hell is going on with my hair? Like, why is my hair falling out and shedding so bad? Yeah. So, but yeah, so she came out and basically spoke saying that she is still the CEO and she's still in partnership. I'm like, girl, you can't control what the hell these damn companies do once you sell your fucking company. Get the hell out of here. And I'm not saying that your intentions weren't great, because get your bag, but at the same time, again, this is what happens when you sacrifice and you, instead of catering to the target audience. You try to cross over, which I'm not saying crossover is bad, but now your main audience there's been a rift and a distrust in that product, and I'm quite sure the sales are going to diminish as a result of that.
You can't fuck with people's hair,
especially not a black woman's hair.
No,
especially not a black woman's hair. You can't do that. Absolutely not, because we spend a lot of money on our hair. I mean, we're $1 billion business, so you can't fuck with us like that. But anyway, so I hope everybody who used my L, if there's a class action suit, I will be a part of that shit. Cause baby, that's all I used to use, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Stopped using Target shit on my hair.
Target shit,
like stuff that I would get at Target.
So what do you get? Fancy stuff?
Well, I have to buy it at like Sephora or Ulta.
Oh yeah.
Just because it was either like had like a wax on it and I could feel it, or it was making my hair super dry and I didn't want it to. It was weird. So I was like, you know what? I'll just spend the money.
Yeah, I use like Carry Care and like Kenra now.
Yeah.
I like Kenra. It makes my hair very soft.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm using like Redken. They have like a bonding treatment that I like a lot. I like Olaplex a lot, but that makes some people's hair fall out.
I did hear that too.
So I think it's just, I don't know.
I'm gonna start going back to the old school stuff. Just using Sulfur 8 shampoo. Call it a day.
All right.
Go back to, Lustrous Pink.
I'm gonna go back to the pink
Blue
stuff.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you my mom permed my hair?
She did?
With that fucking box with the girl with the fucking chungles on it.
What?
Just for me. Just for me.
Yeah.
She burnt the shit out of my hair. Clumps. Falling out in clumps.
Did she put the activator in there?
She left it on for too long.
Oh.
I have white hair. She didn't get it.
Yeah.
You can't just treat that shit.
You got the mixed hair.
And it was just
And it probably just curled up anyway.
I was just screaming.
Oh.
Because it burned. That's probably why I need to be on medication now.
Okay.
Chemicals ate through my hair.
I love how you blame your mom for everything.
Always.
Your mom is a great mom. I'll tell you who is a horrible parent.
Speaking of.
No. I'll tell you who's a horrible parent, unlike Alyssa's mom. Alyssa's mom is an amazing parent.
She is a great woman.
The school shooter, Colin, whatever his bitch ass name is.
Oh, that Chucky looking motherfucker. What is
with the
his
bad
name?
bleach in his hair look like it's me. Like he been using
also,
my allegedly.
Of all the things, okay, listen, I'm not downplaying the fact that he murdered 4 people, but who the fuck let him dye his hair? And was that not a big red flag?
His stupid ass parents.
He looks like a psychopath, and he's 13.
He does. Well, apparently, allegedly, he was investigated by the FBI last year and visited by the police last year, and there wasn't enough evidence, I guess, to quantify or qualify an actual like arrest or anything. Fast forward to last week, his dad ended up buying him an AR-15 or AR like rifle.
His daddy looks crazy too.
Yeah, exactly. And so now his dad has been charged with second degree. He's been charged with 2 felony counts of murder in the second degree.
Also, the fact that this kid texted his mom before he went and did this and said sorry, he knows what he was doing. He knows how fucked up it was.
I think his mom allegedly called the school or called somebody because she made a phone call because she knew he was going to do it, or found out he was going to do it when he texted her.
You knew exactly what you... Also, if you have already been visited by the FBI...
Your 13-year-old child.
Wait a year to do this. You know exactly what you're doing. You've sat on it. You've planned it. You knew the consequences. That's why you texted your mom and said sorry, because you knew it was a fucked up thing to do.
He needs to be sentenced. Jail. That should be capital murder. You should be on death row at this point.
Cannot. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't typically, I'm not typically for capital punishment, but that was absolutely you can't. He had a mental health problem. Fuck that shit. No, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't. Y'all had plenty of time to get this boy help, and you chose not to. Anyway, speaking of help, I'm gonna tell you who else needs help. People on social media. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of this content creator. His name is called Nicotado Avocado.
No.
Okay, so he's a guy who was doing a lot of famous for doing a lot of mukbangs on YouTube, and over the years he's gotten more famous because he has gotten significantly bigger, like obese. I'm talking about this man was like probably $130 and then ended up being probably like over 300 pounds or something like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight from doing these. I'm talking about disgusting mukbangs. I don't understand why people make these videos. I cannot stand to watch people eat on camera. That is the most disgusting fucking thing.
Here's the thing, and I always feel fucked up, but watching people eat like that, like in a muck, like that exaggerated eating, it makes me disgusted.
Seriously,
I don't want to watch that.
The only time I can ever watch people eat and it's funny is like My 600 Pound Life.
Okay, what?
And then I be eating at the same time, be like, how they get so fat? I'm like, doing exactly what you're doing, fat bitch. But yeah, so he basically apparently came out this past week saying and revealed his new look and his new body. He's lost, I think it's over 200 pounds. And he said that he allegedly recorded these videos like over the course of 2 years or 2 years ago, and slowly but surely released them. And he did it for a social experiment or some shit. And I'm just like,
no, you did it to make money.
You did it to make money. And the fact that you would sit there and challenge your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, and make yourself susceptible to diabetes and heart disease and hypertension and stroke and heart attack just for some fucking views, you are sick. And the fact that you're this young, some of that damage is irreversible. I'm sorry to tell you, baby. Some of that damage is irreversible.
It's just fucked up because there's so many people out there who truly have eating disorders and mental health issues and cannot lose this weight, just like no matter what they do. And the fact that you can just be here and make all this money off of eating all this food and becoming this large person, then just being, oh, JK, I lost 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a social experiment because y'all treat fat people horrible. Yeah, bitch, they've been doing that for forever.
And now you have treated, they feel worse. Now, what is that doing to anybody? Like, you were this social experiment. You were making all of this money because you were so big and you were eating all this food, and all these other people just have to live these I don't like that. You know what that reminds me of is like, you know those girls who do like the feeder videos?
I hate that shit.
I hate it too, but then it's like that fucked up thing where it's like, okay, well now these people are paying for this and they like me.
You gotta keep going.
I know. And then it's just horrible.
And then you can barely even walk, and then people are just like, yeah, don't y'all want to keep seeing it? No. You need to go to jail for that. You got people starving in this world, and you on TikTok just filling up your bathtub with Cheerios and trying to eat your way out as a goddamn swimming pool. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
It just makes my joints hurt for you. I know that doesn't feel good. I'm not sitting up here fat shaming. I know weighing.
I'm fat. Shoot, I can shame whoever I want.
I already hit my fucking face on this one. I just know how not good it feels to be that overweight. Your body cannot support that kind of weight. I'm not talking, there's a difference between being plus sized or bigger and being unhealthily overweight.
Yeah.
Your knees.
Listen, you ain't got to tell me. I know. I feel it right now in my fat ass body. Shit. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know. My ankles hurt, my knees hurt, my back, my shoulders, and my knees, my neck, and my back. Everything hurts.
That's what's so hard. Like, I don't know. I feel like there was this big movement about being plus size and body positivity, which is great, and I am for that, but some people are too heavy and it's not healthy, and it's hard to get out of that space. It's like very being that, I'm not talking about being a little overweight. I'm talking about like the bariatric patients we see that literally cannot lead. It's so life. Yeah, it's so ostracizing being that size, and it's lonely, and they're super embarrassed, and they don't leave the house. It's like, it's awful.
Well, people just say stupid shit like, well, just lose weight.
They can't.
First of all, if it were that easy, bitch, there would be no fat people in the world. Dumbass,
it's
you
so
fucking genius.
Hard. And your body gets used to eating that much, and it's a bunch of fucked up chemical mental shit.
And a lot of times too, it's not just the food that's the problem. There's a lot of mental that goes into, like, eating food is an addiction. Okay, let me tell you the most big back thing I've done.
Oh, I'm so glad we're here today. I've been waiting for this.
And I know I'm not the only one who's done this. Okay, I have gone to like Earth Burger, right, which is like a vegan or vegetarian burger spot here. It's fast food. I have gone there and gotten a burger, right, and then I have driven to Burger King to get fries, and then I have gone to McDonald's to get a McFlurry, and that completes my meal.
Well, there you go.
You know,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I think a lot of people do that.
I think a lot of people do a lot of things.
Yeah,
and
there's something wrong with it.
It's easy to hide that behavior for a long time.
But I'm not an addict. Yeah. I'm really not. I just like the fries from Burger King. Anyway.
It's also so hard to talk to people sometimes about that because you don't want to sound like you're being a dick to them.
Yeah. But then it's like the heavier set people who have this sense of entitlement. I think that makes sometimes empathy go out of the window.
Oh, yeah, you gotta fix struggle.
You're supposed to accommodate my fat ass. It's like,
absolutely not.
No, like I'm not saying that inclusivity does not include people of a larger size, because I am a person of a larger size, right? And so Again, we go back to the whole like airplane situation where you can't sit here and say, well, I shouldn't have to pay double for a seat. And I totally understand that. But this company also does not have to accommodate what you have created. Because to a degree, we have all created this. Like whether you contributed to 50 pounds of it, 100 pounds of it, all of it, whatever the case may be. Obviously, there are some chemical imbalances that are absolutely true, thyroid issues and all that kind of stuff that cause you from, losing weight, PCOS and all that stuff. But there's a certain sense of entitlement that, again, makes empathy go out of the window and compassion go out of the window when you expect it automatically like, well, no, I know that I'm 600 pounds, but you need to accommodate me. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm just saying.
As for me in my clinical practice, if you are over 350 pounds and you are nice to me when I walk in that room, I will move heaven and earth.
Oh, absolutely.
I just have a soft spot.
If you're a dick, I'm not doing it.
Oh, not at all. I'm like, I don't have fucking time for this today. But I just know how shitty other people can be to people who are that large.
Absolutely.
And I will do whatever I need to do until you're a dick, and then I'm done. I'm one of those people now.
Well, it's just like the patients who are blind. Tell me what you're able to do. As a heavier set person, as a morbidly obese person, and again, we're not talking about 200, 300 pounds. I'm talking about 400, 500 pounds. Yeah. Tell me or even if you're 200 pounds and you're like
5'2".
5'2". Tell me what you are capable of doing. Do you walk at baseline? Do you use an assistive device? How you get out of your bed? Because I'm not breaking let me tell you something. I'm not busting up my back for you.
I'm like, listen, this is nobody's fault, but I cannot get hurt trying to help you.
Listen, was she able to walk? I don't know. Did you go in there and try to help her? But you're PT, yeah, and you're the doctor.
No,
what's the point?
Listen, this is no shame to any of the nurses because I'm sure I would do it too if I was a nurse. But my favorite is when there's like a very large patient on that big ass berry bed, and they're like,
sliding everywhere.
I'm so glad you're here. They needed or they had a bowel movement, and we just knew it was going to tire them out to get cleaned up before you came, so we waited for therapy. That way we can all clean up together. I'm like, so you left them in shit so that when I got here we could do the rolling together. Thank you.
Yeah, they do.
Appreciate
and then
that.
You're sitting there holding them up like.
I'm just like very therapeutic.
Wow, we're working on bed mobility. Like, hold on to that bed rail. I think we really don't appreciate bed rails as much as we should because them things have saved plenty of people. But yeah, it's crazy. But I just don't think you need to go online and stuff your face with food to prove a point. Now, there's this one girl. Her name is Zen something on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Yo, this girl, she lives in Houston, I believe. And when I tell you this wonderful child of God, she does the most big back behavior, and she sings a song called Big Backy, Big Backy, Big Backy. I just be like, I want to go one day with you just eating. And her handle is Zen Within.
Zen Within.
She goes to these places and she sits in her car and she eats. Okay, this is the type of stuff she eats.
In the car.
In the car. Y'all gotta go on Instagram. It's called Zen Zin Within. She has on a bib and she be talking about, I don't know about y'all, but what I do know is the government ain't gonna tell me what to do with my stuff and the whole time. And then she bites into this food and she's like, I'm just like, girl, you on your way to be 600 pounds. Good God Almighty.
I hate eating in the car.
But this is the only person I can actually watch eat because she ain't at least sloppy. But I'm just like,
it's that okay. Also, that is
smack.
Listen,
I can't stand a smack.
I need everyone to listen to me right here. I know I talk a lot on this podcast about how I just need some man to come scoop me up and marry me and love me and pay my mortgage. He could be Michael B. Jordan could walk in this room right now.
That's very specific.
If he smacks his fucking food. I'm running the other way. Yeah. I can't do it. Close your fucking mouth. Close it.
Yeah.
I cannot. What is that called when you can't do noises like that? I don't know.
Arachnophobia.
Y'all just are out here with your whole ass mouths open, chewing on fucking food like a damn cow chewing cud, and it grosses me out like no other.
It is called misophobia. I'm sorry, misophonia.
I hate it. It's my biggest pet peeve. I can hear it from across the room. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Chew like you have a secret. Why do I need to hear what you're eating?
Yeah, misophonia is a disorder where you have a decreased tolerance to specific sounds and things.
It's that one, and it's if you're typing and I can hear the typing, but everyone else in the room is talking, and I can just hear the sound of the keys underneath the rest of the room.
Well, okay,
nauseous.
Now, as a defense for me, I'm a sensory seeker. And so even like on this computer, I hate how the keys are so soft because I need that I don't know why, but my fingers just need it. And sometimes I'm typing out coworker be like, well, goddamn, what did your keyboard do to you, bitch? I be like, nothing. I just need to just space that real quick.
If there is one noise, like just below the sound of a room to where I can pinpoint it, it makes me physically sick, like nauseous. Like oh my God.
It's the people who do this.
That if you're doing that, but everyone else is talking at what, like I get people are all talking in a room together, but I can hear one distinct conversation. Like you've got to shut the fuck up or bring it up to where everybody else is. Because now I'm just focusing on that. I'm getting nauseous.
Yeah, I just hate when people are just everything is quiet and you're just.
I'm like, shut up.
That's not ASMR. That's fucking annoying.
Or for some reason, when you're playing music out loud on a speaker, but it's like your phone speaker or something, to where like it needs to be. I don't know, just that.
Like the quality is horrible.
Yeah, but you're playing it like you want to project it. That shit pisses me off. Just fucking connect it to a speaker, turn it off.
Yeah, seriously. Get some bass in there. It sounds really
I have about 1 million things, but those are just top of mind. If you'd like a comprehensive list, I can provide that for you. But the biggest one is chewing food with your mouth open. Oof. Or trying to clean out the food in your mouth. Like old people, you know how the people with the dentures that don't fit in the hospital.
Yes, we know your experience with the Cheerios.
Yes.
We know your experience with the Cheerios.
Like, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Last thing we want to talk about, though, speaking of crazy phobias and whatnot, remember we had a 50-part series of event that took the world by storm called Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
First of all, what a time that was. Second of all, I hate, just like the very demure, very cutesy, and I understand the way social media works and trends and micro trends, but the way that everyone else tried to hop on that and be like, who the fuck did I marry? Shut up. She did it. It was her thing. Stop trying to do it.
Who the Fuck Did I Marry series, to me, took the world by storm, almost like Tiger King. Remember when Tiger King was all we could watch? It was a time. And so, y'all know Risa Tisa, she now has signed with, or has signed on to have that 50-part series turned into a movie. And it's actually going to be starred and produced by Natasha Rothwell, who we all know and love from Insecure. Kelly from Insecure. And I just think that was the perfect cast member to cast for her or whatever. So I don't know when that movie or whatever, I don't know if it's going to be a series or an actual movie, but they just announced that that is in the works at this point.
Because if you can't exploit and monetize your trauma, what the fuck was the point?
What's the point of going through it?
What was the point? This is what she deserves.
All I'm telling y'all is I'm putting out a book.
That series had 450 million impressions across social media.
Absolutely.
And she gained 3 million followers in a week. Because when you're a storyteller, when God puts it in your heart,
listen, beauty for ashes. Beauty for ashes. Okay, that's all I'm saying. The fact that young lady put that series out, and she didn't even have to do any marketing whatsoever. Everybody else just started giving her free promo, and look at where she is now. Look at God. Tell me God ain't real. Listen.
You think there's no way she sat there and was like, I think this is going to blow the fuck up.
No.
She was like, I need to get this off my chest before I do something crazy.
She's like, a couple hundred people maybe look at this. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to work with my rollers in my hair and tell this story. And she's like, part 37. It was like, hurry up, bitch. Keep telling the story.
Nothing is crazier than real life.
She was just an amazing. That's how you tell a story. Like, she captivated people. There wasn't a single time where I was like, okay, bitch, hurry up and get to the point. Because she was dropping so much shit. I'm just telling you right now, Legion is somewhere curled up in a ball, pissed off at life. That's all I'm saying. He's punching the air right now.
These men, dude. You know what? It's not even these men. It's that there's probably a bunch of just baseline regular people with Y chromosomes out there, and then this is the story that blows up, and I'm like, trash.
He clearly has a mental health disorder.
He has to,
allegedly,
right? Oh, his name is Jerome McCoy. I'm so glad we know that.
We're not gonna give him any free promo.
I'm sorry. His name is Shmoy.
His name is Legion. That's what she calls him in the series. His name is Legion.
Oh,
he outed himself, and she still never confirmed that was actually him.
My God, what an idiot! I would. Can you? Okay, listen. Can you imagine that? Some person that you know that you did something personally to, good or bad, whatever, you're just involved. They did a whole fucking TikTok series and made you look like complete shit.
I would just shut the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying. You think I'd step out and be like, actually, fuck no.
Well, that's how you can tell he's such a narcissist, because he came out and was doing interviews. I would have shut the fuck up, and as soon as somebody would have said, oh, I think it's him, I would have never confirmed anything.
Nope.
Because you're not going to make any money off that. First of all, the series was listened to by mostly women, I'm quite sure. You're never going to beat the allegations of that.
No.
Peeing in soda bottles and shit, bitch.
Oof. Man,
You're never gonna live that down.
I forgot some of the highlights. I can't wait till this, whatever it is, comes out. I can't wait.
And I already know the story, but I can't wait till they put it in a story form of the plot.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be good. They're gonna have to throw some
yeah.
stuff. They're gonna probably throw in at the end where she like meets this new guy, which I hope they don't, because that's not how it ended.
Yeah,
so
she's
like,
her own hero.
Exactly.
Okay?
She saved herself. She left.
Because I don't know that I would have. I probably would have just shut the fuck up and pretended like everything was great.
No, I wouldn't have told. There's some things that you ain't gonna never get me to tell. I'll be like, what are you talking about, huh? That what?
Yeah, I would have. My ass would have still been in the house that I'm paying for, that I was told that I was going to get out of.
No, I would have left. I definitely would. First of all, here's the thing. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen to me, because it absolutely can. There's a lot of stuff that could happen to us. We love to say shit like we are stronger than other people, and that could never happen to me. And that's exactly when you judge somebody else and say it's never gonna happen to you. That's exactly when God be like, oh,
Those
hold my
in
beer.
glass houses.
Exactly. So I definitely think it could happen to anybody, but this is why these cautionary tales need to come out, so that those of us out here can gain experience, but also too, we don't have to go through the same thing she went through.
Right.
We can live vicariously through her and say, you know what? Who the fuck did I marry? She didn't verify none of this shit. Let me go back and verify some stuff. So we do overcome by the words of our testimony if you believe in Jesus Christ. But
it gives us kind of like a springboard context, so that if your friend says something, you can be like, remember how that girl looked when she said that whole story?
This man about to reach.
That's about to be you.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Right. So when you start asking questions and they just like, oh yeah, I got this amount of money, I got this. Sounds like Legion. Because we in the group chats for women, we have a lot of stuff going on in our group chats, and so it'd be like, he did what? Oh, leave him today.
It can be a bright and a dark place.
Listen, and sometimes at the same time. Anyway, anything we need to talk about? Anything else we need to talk about before we get out of here?
No,
we haven't been watching a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing. My eyelids closed.
We've been watching football because football's back on.
Yeah.
FAMU actually played the University of Miami, and we got our asses whooped. However, we got $1 million. Woohoo!
Okay, did you watch the Notre Dame? I'm assuming you didn't watch the Notre Dame game.
No, who did they play?
Notre Dame played this fucking... You know how sometimes they'll play tiny schools to play them, that way they can get a win?
Yeah.
And the school needs the money. It's good publicity for the school. Didn't
I just tell you, FAMU played University of Miami?
If I hit this goddamn microphone one more time. I think they played Northern Illinois.
Is Northern Illinois good?
No, it's this baby school.
They didn't blow them out, did they?
Bitch, Northern Illinois won. They paid them $1.5 million to come play, and they fucking won.
But Notre Dame wasn't supposed to win?
No, Notre Dame was supposed to win.
That's a goddamn
Notre Dame
shame.
paid them to come.
And beat their asses.
They paid them $1.5 million to come, and they fucking lost. Can you believe that?
That is hilarious. What was their season record? 2-0. Oh,
they
that's
lost.
A damn shame.
Or they won to A&M, and then I don't know who they've been playing. I've never even heard of Northern Illinois, but congratulations, gentlemen, because that's
right.
Wild.
I love
you
that.
got paid and you won. My lord, there's been a lot of upsets in college football. I love to see it. I'm very excited.
Yeah, like I said, we lost to University of Miami, but we don't care. We play that game every year, and we get money for it. So
see, there you go.
That's all you need.
But yeah, that's all I got. Oh, UTSA and Texas State played. Texas State has never won against UTSA. They fucking won last weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the winds have changed.
Listen, it's because it's so cool right now. I know football players are so happy right now that
they have to be.
Well, it's also to a tropical storm that's coming to hit part of Texas and Louisiana. So
great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We don't need no more hurricanes. I like the weather, I'm not gonna lie, but
it has felt so nice. It's
it
the
really
breeze.
has.
If we could just always have a breeze.
Exactly. That's how Florida feels. Well, not North Florida, I'll say, not South Florida. Anyway, well, that's all we got for y'all today. I mean, that's enough. Shit, we gave you almost an hour and a half.
We're giving you everything.
God damn, we don't have anything else to give you, people.
This is it.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Y'all remember to have a great week on purpose, and remember to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget
Don't watch mukbangs.
Don't watch mukbangs. Don't spread your legs. Just go and remember, spread
Get your salad tossed.
Get your salad tossed by a ghost. You know, do
Why
what
not?
you do. Anywho, y'all have an amazing week on purpose. Don't forget to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget to
laugh your face off. Oh my God, I'm done. Why
don't you press a button.
Why is it jumping out at me today?
I don't know. It's never done that before.
Hit me in the goddamn eye. Lucky I had these glasses on.
Remember that one time I hit my mouth on you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord, Jesus. All right.
so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.